What's up, y'all? Welcome to a new episode of the CAP Podcast, Consumer Ammunition Tactics Podcast. I got a special guest in the building. I'm going to read her bio, and then we're going to get straight into it. So life today is a bit hectic. Big companies are always advertising their products, and many times people are tied down because their credit may not be good enough to buy the house or apartment they want or the vehicle they need. Fortunately, there's the help of people like Loren Leon, who is a Dominican immigrant raised in the Bronx. From the moment she arrived in the United States, she's worked tirelessly to achieve the American dream. She quotes, "I came to this country without papers and I was able to make six figures for my passion, which is credit repair." Loren shares. She quotes again, "I've worked on everything from scrubbing toilets to washing clothes for the American dream. Living from paycheck to paycheck can make you desperate, depressed, but mostly sick. I want to take over the world by helping others achieve their dreams." Loren runs the Credit Assist, an independent financial services firm that offers credit repair services as well as financial planning, trade lines, credit coaching, educational seminars, and more. Loren helps clients through a team that has years of experience setting financial goals and removing negative and inaccurate information from credit reports. They also help people with no credit. Welcome to the podcast, Loren. How you feeling?
I feel good. Let's get this money.
Hey man, so I read a little bit of your bio, but can you give the listeners more information about you? Maybe how you grew up. We read you were scrubbing toilets to washing clothes for the American dream. Let's get a little bit about you.
So I came to this country when I was 4 years old. I came with my cousin's papers, and then from the time that I was 4 to the time that I was 16, I literally, like everybody after high school, you know, when you're in high school, you get to go there for free. After you leave high school, you have to pay like financial aid and college and all that good stuff. I didn't get a chance to go to college because you needed a social security to do that. So everything that I knew was cash. When President Obama, he put out the Dreamers Act for anybody who's been here for high school and everything that you have proof, I was able to get a temporary social. So I started working. So I didn't know nothing about credit. I had a good job. I worked in the cable industry. I was a customer service rep. You make commission. You make hourly, you make commission. So I got my first credit card. My credit was 730. I don't know nothing about credit. I just saw this little credit card and I was like, swipe. But because I was making the money back. See, when you're in a job mentality, you have this mentality that you're going to be at that job forever. Right. And you never think that companies are going to merge or they're going to go out of business or they're just going to take out your department. So that's what happened. They took out my department and now it was either pay my bill, pay the credit card bill or pay my rent. I need a place to live. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I started seeing my credit go to shit. I'm sorry. Excuse me.
You're good, man. Yeah, you can let out your words. It's all good.
Yo, my credit was fucked up. It was at 380. It was at 387, and I remember.
Remember that exact. That's how I know you felt that.
Yo, listen, I was like, I can't be out here with a 387 credit. That shit is so embarrassing.
Yeah.
So I'm online one day, and I'm like, yo, there's gotta be a way to fix this. Like I was gonna go for bankruptcy, but then bankruptcy was like 10 grand. I was like, I don't got no 10 grand for bankruptcy. So I go on YouTube and I put in how to fix your credit. At first, I didn't know what the hell I was doing. I didn't know what the fuck I was doing. I was just watching videos. They was like, oh, send out these letters. But here's the thing. I didn't understand the letters. I was just sending out letters in hopes that it would work. And then when I started seeing that things were coming off, I'm like, yo, let me read a little bit into what the letter says. And that's when I started learning about consumer laws and how there's not a real law that says you have to pay a bill and how your credit refreshes itself every 7 years. But who has 7 years to wait to refresh credit?
Yeah.
And I started doing it for myself. In less than 2 years, my credit went back. I started adding, like I would go on the YouTube and it would say, oh, add this line, put this secured card. And I did that. So then I started practicing for my friends. I was like, yo, let me just try, like, you know, trial and error.
Yeah.
And they're like, yo, but you're good at this. Like, why don't you get, like, I've always wanted to be a lawyer. That was my number one dream. But because I didn't have the social, I gave up on that. And then I found credit, and it's like through credit, I get to live out that dream where I'm like a lawyer for the for the clients because I work for them pretty much. Like I don't care about Equifax or TransUnion or I don't care what they saying. I know that my 609 letter, here you go, take that.
Yeah, definitely. So I mean, you had a temporary social and then you finally got into credit. Were there any specifics as far as, watching on YouTube for anyone that might be in your past situation? They might want to get some resources. Was it like specific YouTubers you were watching or just all miscellaneous?
Listen, I'm never going to forget his name. His name is Brandon Diva. Brandon, if you watching this, I just want to let you know, you're the one that started off this career, baby. Thank you so much, Brandon. When I tell you that I watched all his videos and I bought his little $9 letters and stuff, and then I really got into it. And then I started reading Robert Kiyosaki, Rich Dad Poor Dad.
Yeah.
I read that book twice because I didn't understand it the first time. So I read it again and it made sense to me. And I'm like, I'm the type of person that once I'm in a system like the Matrix, once I figure out how something works, I'm like, oh, wait, let me alter it so that it works out for me. I love information. I love to process information. And every day I'm learning something new. I don't claim to be the best in credit repair, right? Because there's mistakes I probably make that I don't know about, right? But every day I'm learning. And every day that I learn, it takes me to another level of unlocking like things you can do with your credit. You know what I'm saying? So I really like it. I really like it's not even a job. It's like my passion. Like this is, I talk about credit. I dream about credit. I can freaking, with my eyes closed, with my eyes closed, I could be like, yo, do this, and we're good.
Nah, definitely. So, I mean, I'm kind of curious because, you had your back against the wall with a temporary social. You're doing all this work, you knowing cash and things like that. So I would make the argument that people that, were over here, we all have socials and stuff like that. We have no excuse not to know how to fix and build like a credit. Like what kind of mindset, what kind of upbringing did you have to where you're able to just, make no excuses for your situation?
So I'm always in survival mode. And that's something that I'm working on because it's when you're here and you don't have the resources like everyone else, you have to have this mentality of everything you do, you got to do it yourself. You can't depend on nobody, right? So I don't have the luxury to say, okay, well, I don't care about anything because I have all this cash, or I don't care about this. No, it's me. Everything is me. I'm always in survivor mode. But being an immigrant in general just teaches you that, because you have a lot of doors closed in your face. You have a lot of people telling you that you're not going to be anything, that there's a lot of people here, and maybe this is off topic. A lot of people hate immigrants. They think we come to this country to take over jobs, but we're actually escaping genocide. We're actually escaping brutality in our country. Like my country is very poor. Dominican Republic is very poor. I would never want to live there. It's beautiful, for tourists, for people who don't live there, for people who visit. But if you were to live in Dominican Republic, it's a lot of crime. It's a lot of killing, raping, stealing, all of that good stuff. So you come here, right, for the American dream, and then you work 8 hours for the man, right? And at any point in time, the man can say to you, well, you're fired. So now what? Now you got bills, now you got rent, now you got to figure it out. Like, oh my God. And then everybody where you're moving to, they're asking to see your credit. They're asking to see references. They're asking for you to have a debit, for you to have some type of account, for you to have something. So now it's like, yo, I don't have these things. How am I going to get them?
So you just had to execute, basically.
I have no choice. My father passed away. My mom lives in Dominican Republic.
I'm sorry about that.
I don't really have no, don't be, because it taught me how to be independent. Like it taught me credit has empowered me. Like my life has changed once I understood how the credit system works.
Yeah.
Once I was able to tap into that, now it's like, okay, if I fix my credit, I'm able to get a loan from the bank to get a property. And now that property, I can rent it out to other people and that property will pay for itself. Okay, if I fix my credit, I can take out a loan from the bank, take the bank's money. I can buy a whole bunch of vehicles, list them on Turo, list them on Get Around, list them on Hire a Car. Oh, wait, the cars are paying for themselves. Oh, wait, hold on. If I fix my credit, I can build business credit and I can learn how to hide my utilization using business credit and not personal credit. Because every time you swipe that credit card, your credit goes down. Every time you swipe, and I'm the type of person that I live, when I see those little Credit Karma scores and I see 30 points down, 20 points down, I catch a heart attack. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm hyperventilating in the back. I don't know if anybody else is like what I do, but that's me.
Yeah, definitely. No, definitely. And I love what you say about the, immigrants and children of immigrants, because, I come from a Nigerian background, so I feel your whole sentiment on that, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, definitely love, the fact that you made no excuse in terms of, what you did. Let's talk about the credit assist. Like, where did that name even come from?
So I'm sitting in my house and I'm like, okay, I've been fixing my friend's credit, right?
Yeah.
And I started reading up on like LLCs, like, oh, you gotta name them, you gotta something. So I'm like, okay, I want people to know that I do this, but I can't steal anybody's name. So what the hell am I coming up with? Okay, I can't be credit repairer. No, that doesn't sound too good. So I'm going through the names, and then my friend is like, the credit assist.
All right.
You be assisting people with their credit. And I'm like, yo, that doesn't sound too bad. I said, that doesn't sound too bad. I'm like, the credit assist. Yeah, because every time, the first it was the credit terminator. And I'm like, that doesn't sound too good.
I don't know how the clients don't feel about that.
I was like, nah, the credit terminator. Nah, what you think this is? Rise of the Machines? No, so we went with the credit assist, and I was like, I like it. I actually, you know what's crazy? I just got it trademarked. Got it trademarked. Nice. Yeah, I was fighting with another company.
Really?
And they gave up on it, and I ended up winning it.
Oh, nice. Yeah, no, we can have a whole podcast talking about trademarking. But so in your bio, you quoted about you ruined your relationship with your favorite sister.
Oh yeah.
Can we get into that?
Oh my God. Let me tell you something. If you have Nigerian family, Caribbean people in general, right? In general, you know how old school they are and how they live by traditions.
Definitely.
So I freaking ordered, because I had bad credit, I ordered furniture under her name. Okay. I ended up getting approved through Bob's Furniture. She had no idea. My credit was bad.
Yeah.
Sis, if you're watching this, I just want to tell you that I'm sorry. But once again, I gotta thank you because you put me on the right path. So apart from the immigrant stuff, because I was trying to fix my relationship with my sister, I wanted to know how to do the credit, because the account ended up going into charged off, and then it went into collections. Now, I'm gonna tell you one thing: Dominican people, they're not forgetful. You do something to them, they don't care if you are their kid. They will not talk to you. They will hold that shit over your head. They will bring it up at the Thanksgiving dinner. Oh, like, man. Ooh, yeah, you like this turkey? I bet, since you ruined my credit. So my sister, it's been 6 years since I've spoken to her. Every time she see me, she roll her eyes at me.
Wow.
She hasn't given it up. She'd be like,
that's crazy.
But yeah, it's fucked up, because she was like, I trusted you and you scammer. You took my ID, you took my information. Yeah, she called me all the names in the book. And that really, it really made me feel bad. And I said to myself, there's gotta be something. And that's when I started learning even more about credit. Apart from being an immigrant, but it was really my relationship, because that's my favorite sister. Apart from that, my sister always held me down. And the moment that I knew that she felt that way, I was trying to fix it. And I've gotten so good at fixing it, but now she doesn't want me to touch any of her stuff. So it's like, come on. Now that I know what I'm doing, come on.
Yeah. Okay. So we got the credit assist. Has it been like a part-time thing? Is it a full-time thing? Because I know you did, a lot of jobs and things like that. When did you make the jump to be like, okay, I'm just gonna go full-time?
I got fired from my last job.
Oh, you got fired?
Yeah, I got fired.
Let's talk about that.
My brain wasn't. They weren't able to handle this brain.
So they just said, you're done.
No, actually, let me tell you what happened. So I used to work for Verizon. I was a field technician. In the field, you make about $54 an hour. So I had a good paying job with a union and everything. But it was cutting. I'm the only female there. So I have a man's job, right? So I work with just, so I work with a lot of sexist guys. And then I work with white people. I work with a lot. I'm the only black person. I'm really the only black. They've never had any diversity because of the area, right? Because they station you somewhere. So now it's like they feel, oh, she's a woman. She can't succeed in this job because this is a man's job. And they were making it hard. They were making it hard for me. But I was always, I'm an overachiever because I'm always in survivor mode. So I work well under pressure. So I couldn't take it anymore. It was just too much. Like, I said to myself, yo, this is not a fulfilling job. Like, this job is not fulfilling what I want to be in life. I don't want to be a field technician, work till I'm 60 and then retire I'm going to be old. Look, my face is going to be, I don't want to do none of that. And credit, I was still doing credit. I was doing credit while I was working at Verizon. Gotcha. And I said to them, I said, I gotta leave this job. Like, one way or the other, I gotta leave this job. So I ended up doing some dumb shit because it was my fault. Not gonna lie. Hey, you're watching this at Verizon? Guess what? I'm a six-figure earner now. Huh? You may have fired me, but I bitch got money now.
Oh, you doing your thing now.
I'm doing my thing. I'm doing my thing.
Yeah. Okay. So we're doing the credit assist, we getting clients and things like that. I know some of my listeners are people that they want to get into credit repair. What do you tell somebody that's, looking for clients? We see you got, vibrant personality and all that. Like, what kind of tips you got for people?
First and foremost, before you sell anything, make sure that you know your product. That's number one. Right? Because every situation is repetitive, right? But you got to understand how it works so that you're able, because you're going to have a lot of customers asking you a whole bunch of questions like, oh, why is this date this? Why is this date this? You got to know what the hell you're talking about to be able to do it. Don't think that because you got Credit Repair Cloud or you got, what's that other one? There's a whole bunch of There's a whole bunch. It's great that you have an automated system. It's amazing. It's fabulous. But if that system breaks down, you got to know what the hell you're doing. You can't, oh, no, I'm just going to put it in the system. The system's going to send out the letter. I don't even read the letter. I just put the client's name on it. Don't know what I'm talking about. Understand the laws so that they work in your favor. So when one thing doesn't work, you have a plan B, you have a plan C, you have a plan D. You know what I'm saying? You can't just depend on that system, because it's easy. I have a system in place, but it's none of that. Like, I learned, like, I really sat there and read through those letters to understand what the hell I'm sending out. So when the client comes to me and says, well, why didn't they remove it? Or why did they come back as verified? Or why is it that I have this inquiry? Or why are they telling me that it's 2 years before you remove it? Certain things like that. So I would tell them, practice, hands-on, be a hands-on, right? If you got a friend out there who got bad credit, get yourself a letter, start working on that friend. work on the friend's credit, see how it goes, then go ahead and get yourself the system, because now you know what to do.
Definitely. I love that. So I want to kind of transition to business credit, because, I saw that you help people get business credit.
I do.
I saw,
I do.
I think I saw 8 million in 18 months on your profile.
Yep.
Can we talk about, round of applause for that?
I'm about my money, baby. I'm about my money, baby. I'm about my,
Let's talk.
Wait. Oh, they ain't
Hey,
see the
roll it.
fit.
I don't know.
They ain't see the fit.
I don't know. Could we talk about building a business credit, a relationship between the personal credit as well? Because some people just think like,
Yes. But listen, it's not complicated and it's not rocket science.
Yeah.
2 things. If your personal credit is bad, you need net 30s while you work on your personal credit. If your personal credit is good and it's decent, you don't need net 30s. You can use your personal credit to get what you need to get. People get it confused. They're like, okay, I don't have the time to sit there, right, and waste $300 of my hard-earned money for a net 30 account, because first you got to pay for the application fee, right? That's one. Then you got to pick out something that from the store that's like what, 150 or 200 or more, right? So that's $300 that just went down the drain, right? And you got to pray and hope that this net 30 reports to the business side.
Yeah.
So I tell people, don't even waste your time like that. Like, if your personal credit is good, listen, start applying for business cards. If your personal credit, and another thing, find out where they pull from. That's very important. So if you know that Citizens Bank only does Equifax, right? And Equifax is your highest score, put a freeze on the other 2 and leave Equifax so that they run only Equifax. And as far as the inquiry, don't worry about the inquiry, because you can remove that, right? When it's on your personal credit, it's not attached to an account. So they can't really fight you over something that's not attached to the personal side. You get it?
Yeah.
Definitely get yourself a nav.com account, nav.com. Sign up for the $49.99 trade booster one. It's $54 a month with taxes included, right? But every time you pay, it's a trade line. It reports to your business. That's the fastest way to start building business credit. It's really not rocket science. You just got to learn the system and how the system works. I've been able to get a whole bunch of vehicles under my business name just because my paydex score is at 80 and above.
Definitely. So let's talk about leverage, because, people hear all credit, but they don't, I guess, know the importance of it. So when we talk about you getting multiple vehicles, I mean, I think, we were talking about some Airbnbs earlier before we started the interview. Can we
Yeah. I have a whole. So which one did you want to know first, the Airbnb or the rental?
The one you're more passionate about.
I like both. I really like both. So now I'm in New York, right? So Turo doesn't launch until June 27th, which is amazing. Because because I fixed credit, it's very easy for me to get clients who pay me top dollar for the car rentals, because they have bad credit and they don't want to waste time going to the dealership. So it's easier for me to get those clients. But for anybody who's watching this and wants to get into that game, very simple. You get yourself an LLC, right? You build business credit under your LLC. Once that paydex hits 80, go to the dealership. You're not putting any money down. You're going to go through Ally Financial. You can either do Ally, Bank of America. You can do, which other one? Citizens Bank. You can do, don't PG. Do not PG. If your score is 80 paydex, there is no need or no reason for you to be PG.
Can you explain a personal guarantee for people that may not know what PG is?
So personal guarantee is basically you're putting your personal credit on that vehicle that's supposed to go under your business name. It's going to report to your personal credit, which is going to fuck you up. Excuse my language. Why is it going to fuck you up? Because
you've been cursing the whole episode.
I'm so sorry. I'm sorry. My people.
You gonna say now? Excuse my language. No, I'm playing. Go ahead. No, you good. Go ahead.
I'm so. It's a New York thing. I'm sorry.
You good.
So if you're trying to buy a house, right? And you're
Yeah.
sitting here and personally guaranteeing your business vehicle, that amount, let's say the car is worth 45 and that new amount appears on your personal credit score, that's going to mess you up with whatever you're trying to do as far as your house, because that's going to count against you. It's going to take out of your income.
Mm-hmm.
So the whole purpose of having a business is to be able to hide under your business. At least for me, that's what it means for me. That means I can sit here and I can get 30 grand and nobody needs to know where it's coming from. Let me give you another example. Let's say I was buying a house under my personal name, right? And my closing costs are 40 grand, right? But Loren, under her business, just got a loan for 100,000, right? The bank can't say, "Oh, well, show me where those funds are coming from," because the bank gives you options. It says either a friend, family, anybody who's related to you, that they gift you with the money. You had to have that money for 3 months in your bank account. So once I'm able to use a gift from a family member, I get my money, my own business money, right? Take out the 40,000.
Yeah.
I have one of my cousins write me a notarized letter that they gifted me the funds, and that's money for my personal, for my. You get my drift, right?
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
Another thing we like to do, well, at least me and my business, if I got a $100,000 credit card, right, under my business, I can liquidate my credit card to use it somewhere else, to buy something else. I'm taking the bank's money and I'm buying something with the bank's money. You know how people say that all bad, there's no such thing as good debt? There actually is.
Definitely.
So you can use the bank's money to invest in something and have that cash flow in your pocket. That's what I tend to do. I have about 7 LLCs, and all my LLCs have business credit. And once you learn how to build business credit on one, nothing is stopping you, because you can go to different banks. And when you need money from the first one, right? You take money from the second. So imagine 7 LLCs with 100K each. That's 700,000. That's about 4 properties I just bought with my business credit.
Definitely. So I guess number one is people need to make sure their personal credit is right, or if their personal credit is not right, they got to get right with the net 30s.
If your personal credit is not right, try to fix it, because you're gonna need it. You're gonna need it. But or work on the business credit while you fix your personal.
Fix the personal.
Yeah. There's nothing to it. I know a lot of people don't have the time, but like if you take out 15 minutes a day to get those letters out, you're not losing anything. If you don't want to work with me, because I understand. Maybe you don't want to work with me. Maybe you want to work with somebody else. But the point is, fix your credit. That's the point of this whole conversation. It's not about working with me or buying anything from me. It's about fixing your credit. Your credit is important. It's gonna come a time that they're not even gonna want to see cash. They're gonna want to know if you're responsible, because credit, just credibility. That's what it is. Credit is credibility. I want to know if you're able to pay me this bread back. I don't want street credit, because I don't care about Ray and them. I want to see on your I want to see that you're able to, and not just pay people back, right? Because people get it confused. There's 6 factors to your credit report. There's a difference between a credit score and a credit report. Everybody worries about the credit score. They should be worried about the credit report, what's inside the credit. That's what you want to worry. You want to have a good mix between accounts, not just credit cards. You want to have auto loans, personal loans, mortgage loans. The more money they're able to see that you can handle, the better it's going to be for you.
Definitely. No, I love that you say that, because I think I forget the episode. It was one of my very first episodes. I dropped the episode and I titled it, "Your Credit Score Doesn't Matter." And people just were like, what is this guy talking about? And I was just talking about, the difference between your score and your report. So no, I love. Yeah, definitely.
Look at let me give you this breakdown, right? You got Maria and you got Jose, right? So Maria has a 650 score, but she has 20 years of payment history. Now you got Jose, right? Jose comes out of nowhere. He got a 730 score, but he has 4 months of credit, right? Who do you think is gonna get the better interest rate, or might even get the deal approved?
Maria.
Absolutely, because Maria is showing that over time she's been able to pay people back.
Yeah.
The score doesn't matter, but 20 years of payment history, you've been paying people for 20 years. That's amazing. Jose's credit report, too little time opened. The score is
got a thin file.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah, no, most definitely. All right, so I was just thinking about this right now because I think this is gonna help somebody. What makes a really good dispute letter? Like what are the components that you think makes like a really good dispute letter, you know, get these items removed and things like that?
First of all, stating your name, your address, make sure your social's on there, make sure the date is on there. So something I like to do is these credit bureaus, they don't give a about you, right? They don't care about you. They're in this to make money, right? They get paid from the credit card company to report negative things on your file. So it's convenient for them not to disregard your dispute. So understand, right, that there is no law that says you have to pay a bill. Exactly. On top of that, understand what the 609 is. It's not just a letter that we're sending, it's the law that we're sending, right? So what does the law say? The law says that.
Which law? Let's talk about FCRA, FDCPA, what are we talking about?
Wait. Because I be confusing the names. I just know what they say. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to say.
Let's talk about the Fair Credit Reporting Act. I go crazy with the consumer laws, so you know that's my stuff. Go ahead.
Listen, that's your stuff. You know, so the Fair Credit Reporting Act, it says that anything that's on your credit profile must be verified and it must be accurate. How do these people verify this information? Apart from that, in order to have something verified, somebody must be interviewed, right? So if I sit here and I say, well, that's Michael's account, right? He messed up with Chase, right? I gotta be able to put my name, Loren Leon, is a witness to that account that Michael messed up. They don't have anybody that says that. They just go based on what Chase submits. They don't go based on, you know, how do people nowadays know who's going to the bank to get a credit card? I mean, I don't do that. I go on my phone, put my information ready, right? What do I need to get a credit card? I need your name, your address, today's date, your social, your birthday, right? How did they verify that it was you applying for that credit card at the time and not me with your information? Do you know how many people get their identity stolen every single day?
A lot.
Right. How many people don't have the name Michael Benjamin? There could be a Michael Benjamin living next door to you with the same birthday. You wouldn't even know, would you?
Facts.
No, you wouldn't even know. So how did these people verify this information? Like, who did they speak to, right? Because they got to provide you with who they spoke to. They go with a system called eOscar. There's millions of people sending their disputes. Do you honestly think that it's somebody sitting behind the desk and they're like, yeah, this is Michael's dispute letter. Yeah, we're not. No, they just put it in the system and it matches up with a code and they be like, oh, verified, oh, verified, oh, verified. Yeah, but how did you verify it? Like, did you go out there? Who did you speak to verify this information? Like, give me a name, give me something. Same thing with bankruptcy. Oh, we verified your bankruptcy. Oh, because it's public information. But once again, the law states in order for you to have this information, you must have had interviewed somebody that can attest to this information, and you have to have that person's information, the name, the everything. It can't be public record because how many Loren Leons they could be out in the world? What if Loren Leon, and another Loren Leon was doing a bankruptcy the same day, and it so happens that it was on the website? Who did you speak to? Because the court is never going to tell them or verify to any third party for profit companies, yeah, Loren Leon has a bankruptcy. Yeah. No, and if you call them, they tell you that right away. So how did you guys you went on a website and you looked up my name and my name happened to be there. And that's how you verified something? How do you know that's not somebody else? Yeah. I had this whole conversation with somebody at Experian, and he was such an let me tell you something. He's such an that every time I call from the number that I call, it goes directly to the special services.
Oh man.
Because he was upset. He got upset when I reiterate the law. And I had, you have to check.
Yeah, they get
people.
mad when you know what you know.
Yeah, and I was like, let me tell you something, sir. You just work there. But if you know anything about your own personal credit, I'm sure as a human being, you can understand where I'm coming from. But he got so nasty on the phone, and I didn't say, I wasn't cursing him out or nothing. I was having a conversation. But I was like, no, let me tell you something. This, and this, and that's why you got to do what I'm. How did you? Who did you speak? He was like, and I was like, exactly. And now I'm on the. I don't call from that number because every time I call from that number, is this Loren Leon?
Oh man.
They hate me at Experian. They really do.
Yeah, and I'll be giving them the business too. They don't like when you know what you know.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, you gotta send us a police report. And I was like, no, I don't have to send you shit.
Yeah.
I don't have to send you shit.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't have to send you shit. You should know the laws. Like, come on.
Yeah. So I guess for those of y'all listening, definitely understand the FCRA, Fair Credit Reporting Act, understand the laws. I think Loren gave y'all enough confidence, if you don't already, to know that they have to go through such a long process to actually verify. So don't just accept like, oh, verify. It doesn't work like that.
Let me tell you, it took me, I removed everything from my credit report in this one account, and it was the one that I needed the most. It took me 6 months to remove it because the credit process is 30 to 45 days.
Yeah.
And I'm going back and forth with Experian, going back and forth with this period until they gave up. And now I'm in the 800s. I'm in the 800s. Like I'm chilling. Like I'm chilling right now. Like I'm in the process of refinancing, cashing out my property. I'm buying another one.
Okay,
but
nice.
Had I had this information when I first started, instead of trial and error and everything, I would be way more advanced than what I'm already am. But it's never too late to learn. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
I do not claim to be the best in credit repair. I just I know my stuff. Like I know how to get around certain things legally, right? Legally. And I know the terminology, but it's because I sit there and I read. Like I read fine prints now because I noticed I was signing my life away when I was just signing. Like we don't look at the little black. So anybody who's watching this and they're like, oh, Credit Karma just offered me a credit card, make sure you read that little black piece that they're telling you, because what they're telling you is, hey, we're marketing to you, because they tell you straight up, we're marketing to you. But if you don't get approved, that's your ass. That's not us. We just get paid from the credit card company. They don't say it like that, but they do tell you, like we have nothing to do if you don't get approved.
Yeah, definitely. So definitely watch out for that. And I hope that y'all can step into confidence moving forward with your dispute and all of that. Yes. Yeah. Let's get back on the business credit. So how do we get 8 million in funding? How does someone even do something amazing like that?
No, it's not by myself. So I have a rack of clients. I have a rack of clients.
Oh, you fund it entirely.
Yes.
Oh, I thought this was all your LLCs. Okay, got you.
No, my LLCs have money.
Yeah.
But no.
Let's not get it twisted. Let's not get it twisted.
I could.
Yeah.
But no, I help my clients build out their business credit. I help them get funding. I help them basically get the tools to get approved for it. Remember, when you're filling out credit card applications, it's not that you're lying, but that you can use projected income.
Yeah.
Now, people,
that's key.
Do not confuse my words, because Loren is not telling you to lie. I'm just telling you to use projected income because, all right, let me give you this example. I could win the lottery tomorrow and I could be worth $4 million.
Yeah.
So why wait till tomorrow? And I'm just going to put my 4 million today because I could win the lottery tomorrow.
Projected.
You're not lying. Just use projected income. Some people be like, oh, Loren, every time I apply for a credit card, they give me a low limit. They're only giving me 500, 300. And I'm here thinking to myself, okay, well, what are you putting when they ask you what's your annual? If you're putting that you're only making 30,000, why would I give you a $20,000 credit card?
Yeah.
Always use your projected income because you don't know if tomorrow, like I said, you win the lottery or tomorrow you get a bonus. You could find $1 million on the floor tomorrow. We don't know, right?
Yeah,
Life is crazy how it works.
it is.
So yeah, and at the end of the day, and I hope Capital One is not watching this. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Love y'all. You know what I'm saying? Chase, my babies. Y'all know how I feel about y'all. You got to do what's best for you when it comes to your credit, right? Because I know my system and I know how it works. I make sure that it works to the client's advantage, not to the bank's advantage. Because the bank's advantage, at the end of the day, the banks take money from the Federal Reserve. I know you know your consumer laws and all of that. I don't want to get too much into that.
Yeah.
But I read up on stuff like that. Everything in life is a scam. Everything in life is a scam. Everything, the bank, everything. You just got to know which scam works best for you and your family. And if you want to work with me, you already know, at the Credit Assist, follow me on Instagram, babies.
Oh, definitely. Most definitely. So do you have like because some banks are stated income, right? You know, so you state your projected. Do you have a certain system that you can like let us know 200,000, 300,000, like as far as state income? Is that a thing in a course or something? Do you have to work with you?
That's something that I do one-on-one.
Okay, gotcha.
Because
that makes sense.
Like I said, I don't like to get people in trouble, so I have a way. You know what I'm saying? I know my system, and I explain to people how this works, how we're gonna work it out, what we're going to do.
Got it. So if they wanted to work with you, they would just send you a DM. How does that even work?
They can book. First and foremost, I gotta see what everybody's case is different. What may work for you might not work for somebody else, right? So some people, and I've had people that come to me with excellent credit, and I'm here thinking to myself like, yo, why aren't you building business credit? Oh, because I don't know what type of business to start. Oh, because I need to sell something in order to start my business. And I'm like, no, you don't. No, you do not. You need to get your LLC and start building business credit with what you already have. They can book a consultation with me. The link is in my bio. They can shoot me a DM if they wanted to work with me. They can text the office number 347-754-4667. They can shoot a text. Somebody in the office will get back to them.
What do they text? Like anything, or?
They can text, hey, Loren, I'll book me in for a consultation. We'll provide to you the date, the time, and what the consultation fee is. It's very important that even if you do not work with me, this information is free on YouTube. This information is free on Google. Take 15 minutes out of your day and do what you need to do for you and your family. Very important that you fix your credit. I hope that you don't come back to this podcast and you say, damn, Loren told me to fix my credit and I didn't do it.
Yeah, no, I'll definitely take action. And I think majority of my listeners take action. So I'm definitely confident they will take action. I want to go back to what you were saying about someone that has good credit, but they don't know what business to start. So let's say they have good personal credit. And, you know, they could be put in a position to start a business, but they don't know what to do. You have Airbnb, you have Turo. What do you think is like a good income producing asset to get into?
Well, honestly, right now, I'm doing the Airbnb.
Okay.
I have three units. Nice. Now, let me just state this. I don't know shit about Airbnb. Okay. I don't know nothing, right? Okay. But I do know business. I know how to make my business fluctuate, right? So when I did the Airbnb, I said to myself, okay, if I were staying somewhere, right, what would I need in this household, right? Fresh sheets, toilet paper. I'd want to be clean. I'd want not a full fridge of groceries or nothing like that, but just the essentials, right? I want to be able to sit. I want to be able to have cups, plates, you know, anything that can make me feel at home. So far, I took that concept, and I'm one of these people that I'm extremely, extremely clean. Like I have OCD when it comes to cleaning. Like I'm the type of girl on Friday, I got the music blasting, got the hair in a bun, got the got the mistolene going on, you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, cleaning is my number one top priority. Like disinfecting is my number one top priority. So I did my units and I said, okay, I want to make this feel as home as possible. And it's been working out for me. So if you have good credit right now and you have an LLC, start looking around for places that accept corporate leasing. Just Do not make the mistake to take out a lease in your name and think that you're going to be subletting these apartments and that they're not going to find out about it.
Mm-hmm.
Because you will get kicked out, and that deposit money and the rent that you're paying, you're going to lose all of that. Get it in your business name so that they know that there's other people that's going to be coming by.
Mm-hmm.
My Airbnb is under my business name. I don't put anything under my name, not at all. And I let them know this is what I'm going to be doing, because I don't like to live in fear that, oh my God, if the neighbors find out, I like to go to areas where I know they're not going to party.
Yeah.
Like areas where it's going to be like, I don't want to say this the wrong way. I like Jewish areas.
Okay.
Because they don't party. They like to come to weddings. They like to come to ceremonies. They like to be low key. They don't like to, you know what I'm saying? They're strict on what they do.
Mm-hmm.
So definitely get to know the area. Like, don't do downtown Atlanta. You know, everybody likes to party. Everybody likes to have events. Try to get a place where it's more family oriented. Mm-hmm. That's where my Airbnbs are, where family weddings. Not to say that they're not gonna party, but they don't like too much noise. So I feel better about it. Like, okay, I don't have to worry. I'm gonna have a whole house party over here, and then because that could bring you problems. And when the neighbors start to complain, management is gonna kick you out.
Yeah, no, definitely. And I know some of the listeners that listen to all my episodes. A couple episodes ago, we had a guest, my friend. She's like an Airbnb expert, and y'all are saying some of the similar things. So it's good confirmation.
Yeah, absolutely.
Going on.
And I let everybody know there's camera right outside. Yeah. I don't play that. Like, look, there's a camera right outside. I'm gonna be looking right at you, and you coming up in this house.
Yeah. No, definitely. So you recommend people get into Airbnb versus Turo, or just Airbnb is what you?
I would do both. They're you gotta have a numbers breakdown, right? Mm-hmm. So you're not gonna rent an apartment for $3,500 because that's not gonna leave you any money to spare. You want to break down the numbers. So if I get a vehicle, I do like some luxury, not all luxury. So I have everyday cars, right? Gotcha. My everyday cars, Nissan, Acura, Toyota, Honda, everyday cars that people need for Uber, for deliveries, for whatever it is that they need going somewhere. And then you have those special event cars. Like now, you see prom? Now that everybody's in prom.
Oh, it's going crazy.
Yeah, my cars are booked out for prom. And July 4th, my Airbnbs are booked. Like this whole month, I've been booked out. But it's because I know my numbers, right? I break everything down before I sit there and say, well, I'm gonna invest more. I look at the area, right? What does the area have? Where I have my Airbnbs, it's close to everything. Olive Garden, Walmart, it's close to a mall, right? My other Airbnb is close to a hospital, so I have travel nurses. So the other one is close to Six Flags. So these are little things that when I go making decisions on where I want it, I factor in. And same thing with the vehicles. Don't sit there and get a Lambo, because people are not gonna rent a Lambo every day. That's once in a blue, or the weekend, or like a special holiday, or maybe prom. You want to get everyday cars that's gonna pay for the Lambo. So when you have the Lambo sitting in the parking lot, you're not there like, oh man, like why did I get this car, this insurance? Hondas are cheap. Right. Let me give you an example. Right now, I have a Honda and I pay $758 a month with the insurance. I rent that vehicle for $120 a day.
Wow.
Yeah, that's a lot of bread that I'm bringing in from just that one vehicle. Yeah. Even if it was on a slow day, I put it on. Not right now because Turo's not in New York right this moment, but I put it on hire a car.
For Uber.
Yeah. Even on a slow day, I'm still making money from that vehicle.
So people just got to leverage, once they get that personal right, get into the business.
Right. Once you fix your credit, everything else falls into place. You're not even going to know what to do with yourself.
Definitely. All right. So you left the job and then, you started a credit assist full time. What piece of advice would you have for somebody that might be thinking about making that jump? We're in a recession. Things are going up. things are going crazy, what piece of advice do you have for someone that's looking to not work their 9 to 5 no more?
Well, first of all, have the mentality to say, okay, not every day is gonna be a day where you're making $1 million. But at the same time, I work 80 hours in the week or more than that. I barely getting sleep, right? I barely get sleep. But when I want to take my day off or when I want to go on vacation, I'm able to do that. I'm able to spend time with my loved ones. I'm able to do the things that I want to do. You can go to work today and get fired within the hour, and that job will be posted tomorrow.
Most definitely. Right? That's fact.
A lot of people are not built for entrepreneurship, right? Yeah. This is not easy. This is not as easy as we make it look. I love my entrepreneurship because I tell myself, yo, I'm good, but I could do better, right? But at the same time, I've had my credit to fall back on. You get me? So my credit has been my mom and my dad. So now I know, hey, yeah, I can go to this bank and take out this much and invest it here. It's all about your mentality. It's all about your mentality. Not everybody is fit to be a boss. A lot of people are fit to just work. But if you're in my shoes right now and you're choosing entrepreneurship, I promise you're going to love it. But make sure your credit is right, because that's going to be where you'll be able to tap in to get money, to do what you need to do. Once that credit is 730, get yourself an LLC. Take out a loan. I hate to promote them, but they're easy when it comes to loans. OneMain, right? Go to OneMain, do a pre-approval, take out 10 grand. The interest rate is ridiculous, but with $1,000, start an LLC. Take $2,000 more, go to Wells Fargo, get yourself a secured business credit card. Take another $1,000, go to Bank of America, get yourself a secured card with Bank of America. Now you got 2 business secured cards, which graduate in 6 months, right? So now you took OneMain's money and you started flipping it, right? And then the rest of that, just continue. Because at the end of the 6 months, they're gonna give you your bread back. They're gonna give you that 2,000. They're gonna give you that 1,000, and then they're gonna give you a regular line of credit.
I hope people taking notes, giving that sauce. You're giving a whole play of somebody just retiring and then, just get into it. So yeah, no, definitely appreciate that.
No. Listen, entrepreneurship is not for everyone.
It's not.
So take everything that I say with a grain of salt and just use it for what's best for you and your family. I'm successful because I'm always in survivor mode, right? I have no choice but to be this way. Right? If I would have been born here, I would have been fucking lazy. I'm telling you that right now. Because I would have been on welfare. I would have been on Section 8. I would have had food stamps. But I don't qualify for any of that, so I'm angry.
All right. So, I saw some e-products, I think as a highlights on your page. Can we talk about any e-books, e-products that you got?
Yeah. Yo, so if you don't want to... If you don't want to work with me and you want to do this on your own, because maybe you're already at that stage where you have your business registered, I have my getting to the bag. So I'm not just teaching you how to register your business. I'm going from A to Z, but I'm also giving you how to get into American Express. I'm giving you the tip on how to bypass their system and how to get an Amex for your business.
Oh, the business platinum or which one?
All of them.
Oh, okay, nice.
Not just the business. Everybody loves the business platinum. That's not my favorite card. My favorite card from American Express is the Plum card.
Oh, the Plum go crazy too. Yeah.
The Plum and the Green Rewards. Those are my 2 favorites, and they have no annual fee. The Platinum and the Gold, they're really good for marketing. Like if you have a marketing business and you're running ads, that's really good for that. I don't. Me personally, that's just me. Everybody else, it's status. Everybody loves it because
it's a flex card, to be honest.
It is a flex card, but I don't like it. Like I feel like they're. Let me not even shit on my Amex because I love American Express. Yo, and if
Amex gonna be on your line.
They're gonna be like, "Excuse me, we watched the podcast with Michael. We heard what the shit you was talking." And no, I'm sorry. No habla inglés. No habla inglés. I have them. I probably have every single. Look. I have every single card from Amex.
I got the platinum. I'm just rocking with the platinum.
I have every single card. I got all of them. Like I don't even.
I got that platinum going.
Can you turn the back? Let me write down the numbers.
Hey, chill.
Let me see. Can you turn around? Can you turn the car around?
Oh man. Okay, so people can do it on their own if they don't necessarily, if they're already ahead, I guess.
Yeah, they can. If you're already ahead and you just want to guide, my Getting to the Bag Business Credit Bundle book, it'll guide you on how to do certain things. Everything else, you once you get the hang of the book and the tricks that I'm teaching you, you'll be able to do it on your own. You don't, like I said, even if you don't work with me, please, por amor a Dios, fix your credit. Arregla tu crédito, por favor. Arreglen su crédito, por favor, que es para ustedes, no para nosotros. What I'm saying is, fixing your credit is for you. It's not for me, because I'm already set. I'm good.
Yeah.
It's for you. It's for you, for your family, for your kids. Ain't nobody gonna want a man with bad credit. Women don't want men with bad credit. Come on, you know.
No, most definitely.
Listen, I'm out here dating, right? I'm out here dating. So first thing I'll be like, oh, what's your name? And what's your credit score?
Relevant questions. No, most definitely.
Can you co-sign for me? Huh? If you can't co-sign for me, no. It's not looking good.
Questions I need answers. But yeah, before we get into wrapping up the episode, I just wanted to know what is maybe the number one thing you want people to take as a result of this episode. Like, what's one action they can take after listening to this episode?
Okay, so after you listen to this episode, tomorrow, I want you to get into your Credit Karma. I want you to go into your Experian, right? I want you to go into your personal information, and I want you to remove any old addresses that you have. So anything that's old, they don't need to know where you've moved 20 times. No, they only need one name, one address. I want y'all to keep this in mind. If you have a collection that's attached to an old address, once you get rid of that old address, they cannot associate you and that collection, right? So you want to get rid of anything that's going to associate you to the negative account. I want you to clean up your personal information. That should be your first step before you dispute anything. That's number one. And then after you dispute the personal information, it's going to take your time, because these assholes, they have you on the phone for 1 to 2 hours just to talk to them, right? Make sure you take a day for yourself. Hi, I noticed that you guys got this address. I've never lived there. You have to say, if you've never lived there, you've never lived there. How are they going to prove it? You don't know. Okay. Clean that up. Once you clean that up, trust me, from that moment in time, you're going to come back to this episode and you'll say, that Loren is a genius.
Okay, definitely some sauce. So where do you see yourself in, let's say, 5 years? Are you still leveraging a business credit? Like, what are we doing? Where's the credit assist at? What are we doing?
I'm gonna be that rich auntie at that barbecue.
Okay.
You know what? you know the one that's real bougie. No, I'm gonna buy a building. I'm buying a building. I'm not going to buy a building. I'm buying a building. I already have 4 Airbnbs under my name, right? I have 15 vehicles, right? Rentals. Wow. Let me see. I got 2 properties, right? So what's stopping me from buying the building?
That's facts.
Yeah.
That's facts.
It's nothing like I walk in there, like Jay-Z says, I walk in there as myself. Yep. Yeah. As myself. You know what I'm saying?
Let them know. We're gonna come back to the episode. You know, we're gonna see all the great things you're doing in 2027. So next question. So what do you do for fun when you're not leveraging a business credit, doing Airbnb, Turo, all that?
I go on vacation. I like to travel a lot. Like, my biggest thing now, ever since I got my papers, my passport is stamped. Like, really? I got a trip to Turks and Caicos coming up.
Nice.
So I've never been there, but it's just now that I have points from Amex. Yeah. You know, you got the platinum, so you know how they do with the points. So I use it so much, I have enough points for 2 free flights and a trip. So I booked the trip, and I was like, yo, like, I need time for myself, because let me tell you something. Credit is stressful and it's draining. I can't tell you how many people go into depression because of bad credit, or because they owe somebody, or because that creditor is taking them to court, or because collections is harassing them. Because collections, number one, we don't pay collections. So anybody's watching, we don't pay collections. I don't know why y'all sitting there even trying to make any kind of room for collection. Do not pay collections, right? Number two is like, yo, when you can't get approved for certain shit, when you're getting evicted and you can't move and you don't have no money to move, you can really, really have like a stroke or like a panic attack with these. I've had clients who go into a mental breakdown. Because they're going to court, they got family, they don't have a place to live. And I'm like, yo, this could have been avoided, like, had you started.
Yeah, definitely. What would you say is your favorite? You said travel, so what's your favorite place you've been to so far?
I went to, let me see. I like California. I like Cali.
Okay. So
I like the downtown. I like it, not internationally. I like the downtown. I want to visit Spain.
Oh, okay.
That's my number. That's on my top of. You trying to take me there with your points? We could go. Am I hearing an invite or something?
Hey man, you got them points. You going crazy. You got them 2 free flights. One to Spain, one to Turks and Caicos.
That's messed up, Michael. I thought it was cool.
Yeah, okay. What would you say is your favorite resource when it comes to credit?
Resource?
Yeah, it could be anything. Maybe book, YouTube, whatever.
My favorite resource when it comes to, it's definitely YouTube and TikTok. Oh,
TikTok
I love TikTok.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
What? Every day I learn something new, because like I said, I don't claim to be the best. I'm learning in progress, right? So I take everything that's being said. Like, I watch a lot of different people who are in the same industry as me, a lot of good guys. And some of the information that they give, because before I say something to my client, I like to try it out first. Right? I like to make sure that what I'm saying or the information I'm giving is correct. Because I don't want to be out here and like, oh, Loren, but you told me. I was like, wait a minute. So I was listening to, I forgot his name the other day. He was on a podcast and he said something with Navy Federal, right? So I have Navy Federal myself. And let me just tell y'all, if y'all watching this, it worked. I can't give you all the rest of the information because Navy Federal might be watching this and they might pull up my account and close my shit out. So I can't give you too much information.
I'm in Navy Federal too.
I'm just letting you know. I gotta come up.
Let them know. Next question. If you could change one thing, I guess, about, let's say, just minorities and credit, what would it be and why?
I would want to teach this in high school. Okay. I would want to have some type of credit management class in high school, because, maybe it's not just my culture. I like to say my Spanish community, we're ignorant. Like the Latin community, we're very ignorant. We live under a rock sometimes when it comes to credit in our finances. We listen to what other people say, right? Instead of going out there and getting the right information. Like, we're followers, we're not leaders, right? So if you were to call me and tell me, yo, Loren, max out your credit card. Don't worry, you pay it back little by little. And then I'm sitting here wondering why my score has gone all the way down. You know what I'm saying? Oh, yeah. Because Michael told me that I could max out the card and then just pay it back little by little. And they told me I could be swiping and swiping and swiping and I could pay it back whenever. It doesn't work like that. It doesn't. And I'm gonna include myself in the minority, because before credit I was very ignorant, but it's because I didn't have the resources. Like, I didn't know about it.
You don't know what you don't know.
I'm an immigrant. I didn't have papers. I didn't have a social. So what the hell do I know about a credit card? Once I knew the power of that card and I understood how it works, I used it for my own convenience.
Definitely. Love it. So last question before we wrap up the episode.
Oh, we're done?
Hey, we're about to be done.
That was the fastest hour I've ever seen. Jesus.
So last question. It's up to you. Is there a question that people don't ask you would want to talk about now?
They don't
You're
ask
like,
me.
damn, I wish people asked me more about this. I wish people ask me more about maybe trade lines, ask me more about this, that, and the third.
Oh no, I get the most randomest question. Are you married? And how long you've been doing this? And can you fix my credit next week? Next week I'm
Man,
gonna
that's the
have to
worst
send
one.
that's my best one. That's my best one. I'm very outgoing, and I tell you, listen, because I don't like to sell nobody a dream. I like to tell you this is what it is.
Yeah.
This is how we're gonna get there. If you want to work with me, amen. If you don't want to work with me, that's okay. But I just, every time I go into a consultation, I just be straight up and be like, yo, this is gonna take time. But if you do this right, I'm a one-stop shop. I don't want you wasting money. You're wasting money with me, right? But you're investing money with me. That's what you're doing. And then you don't have to go anywhere else. I'm your one-stop shop. I get a whole bunch of questions. Should be weird sometimes. Like, oh, like I had a client.
What happened?
I gotta laugh because the first thing I tell him is, listen, I'm gonna be fixing your stuff, but you can't apply for anything.
Oh man.
And the next 2 days, I see 15 different inquiries. Wow. I refunded him his money.
Did he at least go to the dealership, or he was applying for credit cards?
He was going to an auto loan. He thought that I wasn't gonna know. He thought that I wasn't gonna notice that he was at the dealership. He's like, oh, but they told me that it was a soft inquiry. And what did I tell you? I explained that to you. You cannot. How do you expect me to help you and you're applying for shit when I just told you don't do anything until I'm not finished?
Exactly.
Like, and I've had another customer came from Lexington law firm. They had 2 years. Listen. He had 2 years with Lexington law firm. They didn't do shit for him in 2 years.
Yeah.
And in 2 months, I was able to clear most of the negative. Only one account left. This man had the nerve to curse me out. I said, wait a minute. You've been with Lexington law firm for 2 years and me in less than 2 months and only one account left. And you cursing me out because you're supposed to remove it. And I'm here like, wait a minute. Like, wait.
Yeah.
I'm very transparent, Michael. Like, this is what you see is what you get. I don't need to, because I already make money. It's not for me. Exactly. I already make the money.
You're doing them a favor.
Yeah.
No, I feel you. No, definitely. Yeah, people be talking crazy sometimes. So I guess as far as a question people don't ask you, maybe it would be what something they can do to be a good client is follow instructions.
Exactly. And you know, some people have they underestimate. I see a lot of this when I'm in consultations.
Yeah.
They shoot themselves down. That's something I don't like. They tend to say, oh, I can't. Oh, I can't. Or like, oh, it's impossible. Yeah, it's only impossible until it's done. Right. And if you talk negative to yourself, right? Let's put the credit aside. If you talk negative to yourself, how do you expect shit to flow for you?
Negative.
Right. So you got to say to yourself, okay, Loren, do you think that it will be removed? And it's like, I don't think it will be removed. It will be removed. Because the law is there. The law is there to protect you. There's consumer laws for that. You have to. I don't get into all the politics, Mike, because that's your job. I don't want to take
politics.
Your job.
It's a law. It ain't politics.
I don't get it. But I know my rights. I know, you know, the basics, right? And I know why. At the end of the day, your social security card is an account. And like I said, I'm not gonna get into all of that because I read
Truth in Lending Act, 15 U.S.C. 1602L. Yeah.
Exactly. I read.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
So I just tell people, yo, just fix your shit. Just fix your shit, man. Do yourself a favor. Get yourself together. Once you get your credit fixed, I love to work with people who recently came out of jail too. Because they're like, oh, because of my felony, I'm not going to be able to own a business. But there's no law that says you can't be a business owner if you have a felony. Felonies are only like if if you're going into a building or you got to in a job, you got to disclose all that stuff. But if you work for yourself, you don't have to disclose that you have a felony. You know what I'm saying? Your LLC is not gonna, there's actually grants for felons for people who don't know. So it doesn't matter if you have a felony, there's grants out there for you. There's resources out there for people who've been incarcerated because everybody makes mistakes. Everybody makes mistakes. We're human. But this system that they've implemented in the United States of America, it's all a scam. It's just the United States trying to get your money, which is the truth. They trying to, the more they keep you in debt, the more they own you. Like the IRS, same thing. Let me not get into all the politics because you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I don't want the IRS like, oh, we gonna get her. We gonna get her. You know what I'm saying?
No, we good, man. No, we good. We good. So appreciate you, Loren, giving out all the information. Can you let the people know where they can find you?
Yeah, at the Credit Assist, THE Credit ASSIST at the Credit Assist. If you want to reach me on my email, info@thecreditassist.com. More than happy for you guys to reach out to me. If you want to just talk, we can talk about some things. Just make sure you book the consultation. You know what I'm saying? So we can talk about all the things.
Most definitely.
Yeah, but Michael, thank you so much for having me. You popped my cherry when it came to the podcasting.
Yeah, with that being said, y'all have a blessed one.